We have sued National Archives. This is separate from the Smithsonian lawsuit. In this case, it's a similar situation. So you see various shirts and a hat, buttons, and they were told to either take their pro-life clothing off or turn it around inside out. There were people at the museum at that time, observed by our clients, wearing pro-abortion and pro-choice T-shirts and messages on their clothing.
So to be clear, we're in federal court in two separate cases, one involving the Smithsonian and then three separate incidents at the National Archives.
A moment of levity. The National Archives was hoping we got it wrong because they wrote back and said, no, this happened at the Smithsonian.
Yes,
and they linked,
that was their initial
they linked to the
response
Fox News article with our quotes in our interview with Sean Hannity.
It was interesting because you send out what's called a preservation letter, which says don't erase anything, don't get rid of anything because the litigation may ensue. They responded saying, oh, we got your letter. Hey, look, you're confusing us with the Smithsonian. And they attached a link to the Fox News interview that you did and a Fox News article and a Catholic News Agency piece. So, and then, of course, we said, here's the lawsuit. Yeah. So then they got the lawsuit. So the lawsuit has been filed. And I think, again, it kind of shows you the scope, nature, and breadth of what we're willing to do on behalf of our clients to secure their rights to freedom of speech under the U.S. Constitution.
So that's the second lawsuit filed on behalf of pro-life Americans, a mix of students, parents, grandparents, law school students, high school students, all who had either like a pro-life hat or pro-life T-shirt on, who were not protesting inside these museums, but were told either to take it off, put it away, or put your shirt on inside out, and they were being harassed continually by federal security officials.
Not only did you have all of the security guards participating in it, you even had people in the gift store participating, saying you can't have that in here. So it sounds like somebody certainly told them, if anybody comes in today with any kind of pro-life T-shirt on, they're to be targeted. And it is ironic that these people literally were standing next to the Declaration of Independence and all these documents that, protect and declare our God-given rights to free speech.
Congressmen and senators have sent a letter to the secretary of the Smithsonian Institute. There it is. It's signed by just about a who's list of congressmen and senators. They have a footnote 1, and that footnote is to the ACLJ release on this.
The trust we have, the relationship we have with members of Congress, that they would just take a letter and cite us as the only site when they sit this demand of questions to
we should read who's on it.
The Smithsonian. I mean, you've got, of course, the two senators from South Carolina, Tim Scott and Lindsey Graham, because these students were from a school in South Carolina, because this is specifically to that Smithsonian incident. Congressman Chip Roy, Senator Ted Cruz, Congressman Norman, Jeff Duncan. I could go through the. I can't go through the whole list.
Marco Rubio, Steve Daines, James Langford, Mike Lee. I mean, Mitt Romney. We got the whole group. You got Mitt Romney, and on the same letter with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah,
I mean, you're hitting the whole gamut of the groups, and I'm saying that to say this is passing. This is not an ideological issue here. This is a fundamental denial of free speech. Dan Crenshaw signed it as well. I mean, on and on the list goes. Ronnie Jackson, of course, a former White House physician and now a member of Congress, and on the list goes. So this tells you the nature and scope of what we're doing. And as Jordan said, their citation of authority for what happened is your American Center for Law and Justice.